Hello, my name is Seyi Obasi, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you step by step how to relocate to Canada at any age without the hassle of the IELTS and without losing money in the process. If there's a nuclear rocket that launches people to Canada, this is it. My goal in this presentation is to show you an effective system for securing admission and funding or scholarship to study, work, and live in Canada permanently, no matter your age or your grade, without having to do the IELTS and without spending a single cent on agents. Did you know that the Canadian government plans to increase immigration levels this year? Yes, the Canadian government is planning to increase immigration levels, and they are looking for new immigrants from Nigeria. So I want to show you how you can be one of those who will be able to come to Canada to study, work, and live this year. I created this product for so many reasons. There are many people that want to leave the country by all means. And we all know that Canada is one of the top places to immigrate to at this point in time. However, immigrating to Canada is becoming tougher by the day, especially for older folks. And then there's all the COVID-19 complications that have made things rather difficult. Don't forget that there are several fake agencies and agents who offer bogus programs to promising immigrants, promising immigration in 3 to 6 months and duping people of their hard-earned money. I want to help as many people as possible who have the dream of actually coming to Canada to live on a permanent basis. If you identified with any of the above things that I talked about, you're tired of your country, you want to move to a good country, you want to move to a country that's accepting immigrants at this time, then I want to introduce you to the Study in Canada route to permanent residence. Now, I know there are other routes to come to Canada. Most of them are not suitable for a lot of people, and some people don't even know what is suitable for them. Now, coupled with the COVID-19 complications, a lot of these other routes are actually paused at the time of making this video, but students are still allowed to come and study in Canada. So we're going to be talking about the Study in Canada route to permanent residence. So why should you listen to me? And who am I? You should listen to me because I have been there and I have done that. So I'm telling you what I have done from my own experience. Like I said before, my name is Seyi Obasi and I currently live in Ontario, Canada. I actually grew up, studied and worked in Nigeria. I went to the University of Lagos and did my NYSC, and that's my NYSC picture over there at the left. And after I finished studying, I worked a bit in Nigeria. And then I had this itch to actually relocate and come to Canada. So when I wanted to come to Canada, what did I do? I tried the express entry, actually put in an application for express entry, and my application was still in the pool. I tried to get a job in Canada all the way from Nigeria. It was almost like a cow going through the eye of a needle. It was difficult. So after doing a little bit of research, I decided to study in Canada. I did some in-depth research and I applied to study in Canada. Now, on the top left there is one of the emails that I sent to prospective professors in Canada who I wanted to supervise me because I wanted to get full funding and I was actually looking for a professor that would agree to supervise my research. On the top left there is an email I sent. I sent several emails to several schools in order to get this funding. And then if you look below on the left, you would see where I got a response from the professor telling me to send them a copy of my transcripts and then a recent writing sample. Now I'm going to show you how to write emails that professors will be forced to open and read because they actually get a lot of emails. But I'll tell you the kind of headlines you put on yours and then what to write in your email that will make them respond back to you. And then on the right there, you can see where the professor got back to me with the news. She said, I'm writing with excellent news. You have been recommended by a graduate program committee for admission to a graduate program. And this came with full funding. This is the letter that I got, my admission letter from the university. You can see my funding for the first year is $27,076 cents, $27,000. So this more than covered the tuition for my study, as well as gave me living expenses. I was also made a graduate assistant, which means I was teaching undergraduates and I was being paid for that. So it came with full funding, and I'll be showing you how you can also get full funding. Then I applied for visa. I'll show you how to do that as well. And when I got into Canada, I was given a study permit. So this is my study permit. On the right, please, I've blocked out some very sensitive personal details for security and privacy reasons. Now, this study permit gave me permission to study in Canada, permission to also work for 20 hours a week as a student. And then if you are working on campus, you can work more than 20 hours. So I worked off campus and I also worked on campus. So this is just evidence of getting my funding of 27,000, which is a lot of money. You can imagine if someone had to pay that $27,000, is running into several millions of naira. And then when I got into Brock, on the left there is a profile of myself on the school's website. This is my departmental website, and it talks a bit about myself. I went for a master's in sustainability, and then, I did my research on governance elements of water resources. Now, over there on the right is also me. I got a graduate student research award. It was an additional award on top of the 27,000 per year that I got previously. So there was actually a competition based on our research. I applied and I got an extra, I think it was an extra $6,500 given to me, and that's it. That's me smiling with my grant and also with my certificate showing that I got that research award. I was very active while I was at Brock University. I was chosen as an international student ambassador, and that's me on the left. There were 10 international student ambassadors for the whole of Brock University, and I was one of them. So I represented Nigeria for the school, which means I was the face or the brand of Nigeria to Brock University, helping them to bring students from Nigeria into Brock University. On the right is when we went for one of our tours, because as an international student, we're going for events, representing the school, talking to international students, trying to get people to come in. It was very fun. And this was when we went to Niagara Falls to just have a day out with ourselves. And then this is me graduating. I actually finally graduated with a Master of Sustainability. It's actually a first class, but I've actually blocked out the names of those who signed just for privacy and security reasons. So I graduated from Brock University. And then I was nominated by my province, which is Ontario. That's my certificate of nomination. Now, they actually nominated me to be a permanent resident because I applied after my studies, and this is my confirmation of permanent resident in Ontario, Canada. So this makes me a permanent resident, and as a permanent resident, I get the following benefits, which you will also get when you become a permanent resident. Free education for my children with child benefits. Now, depending on the age of your child, every child gets at least $533 per month, and it's for free. It's just to support you in looking after the child and providing for them. We get free comprehensive healthcare services, covers eye care, covers dentist, just comprehensive, like it says there. Permanent residents and citizens get first consideration when it comes to government jobs. Government jobs are some of the best jobs to do. Like, I think it's everywhere in the world. So in Canada, government jobs pay very well. You're able to go on holidays, their hours are reasonable. And as a permanent resident, you get first consideration for these jobs. You also get reduced fees for tertiary education. Coming to study in Canada as an international student, if you had to pay out of pocket, is very expensive. It runs into, depending on the province and what you're studying, there are some programs that run into $20-something, $30-something. But as a permanent resident, if you were going to school or your children were going to go to school in a university or college, you would pay like almost nothing, just a fraction of what an international student would pay. And this is the benefit that I get as a permanent resident. And of course, I'm on my way to being a Canadian citizen. With a Canadian citizen, so many doors are opened. You can go to so many countries without needing a visa. You are a citizen of one of the best and safest countries in the world. So these are the benefits I get as a permanent resident. And I came here all the way from just applying to a school in Canada, coming to study, and applying for permanent residence. And I'm going to show you how you can go from just being in your house right now, where you are in Nigeria or whatever country you are, to becoming a student and then transiting into permanent residence in Canada. I'm going to show you how to do all that. So would you like to know how to successfully come to Canada as a student and become a permanent resident? Would you? Great. I hear you say a big yes. So then let's talk about it. Now, why do I say the study route? The study route is the easiest route with the highest admission rate to Canada, all the way from undergraduate to PhD. If you look at a graph of how people have been coming into Canada, people who come to study are actually the most. And almost everyone who comes to study, except they don't want to, is able to transition from study to permanent residence. The study route does not require IELTS for Nigerians and for a lot of countries that study in English, and there are no age restrictions. So whether you are 18 years old or 60 years old, you can actually come to Canada. You are not cut down because of your age. And then there's scholarship and funding packages for those who are coming for certain masters and PhD programs. Your family can join you in Canada. Your spouse will actually get a spousal open work permit so they can work full-time in Canada while you study and work part-time. Your children, depending on their age, get study and visit visas. And like I said before, it's actually a sure route to permanent residency. You're getting a Canadian education, you're getting Canadian work experience while you're schooling. And then when you're done, you actually get to be able to apply for permanent residency. A lot of provinces have routes for their international students to actually glide into permanent residence. I call it a gliding because all the bottlenecks that are there for people that are applying for permanent residence from all outside of the country are actually removed from you if you're doing it from here in Canada. And the beautiful thing about the study route is that you can do it yourself and you can start right away. In fact, you can start right after listening to this video and you can actually do it yourself. Trust me, you don't need an agent. You don't need an agency. You don't need anybody to do it. This thing I showed you about how I came to Canada, I did it all by myself. I did the research by myself. I did the application by myself, everything. And I'm going to show you how to do all that. So how do you come to study in Canada? First of all, you choose a school. I call it, it's called a designated learning institute. Designated learning institutes are schools that you can get work permit after studying. Trust me, not all the schools in Canada are designated learning institutes. I've seen a couple of people here who went to certain colleges, and when they came out, they tried to get the work permit and they were told that their school wasn't qualified. It was an invalid school, and trust me, they did not know. They paid all that money and then they cannot get work permits. In fact, they just wasted like 2 years of their lives in Canada doing nothing. So I'm going to show you how to find these designated learning institutes and how to choose a good province. Now, there are certain provinces that people love to come to, but there are other provinces that are very easy for you to switch from a student to a permanent residence. And I would advise you to apply to these provinces. And in the program, I show you those provinces for which you can apply to. They take students easily. They take students from study to permanent residence also very easily. So once you choose a school, you now apply. You can apply to either a university or a college. If you had a 2-1 and above, you can apply to a university. If you had a 2-2, third class or a pass, then you will have to apply to a college for a postgraduate diploma or a postgraduate certificate. If you had an OND or an NC, then you will be applying for an advanced diploma. I would show you how to get funding. So if you're applying to university and you were doing certain master's degrees or PhD, you can get full funding that covers your tuition, funding that covers your living expenses. Some people can get partial funding that covers part of your tuition. So whether it's partial funding or whether it's full funding, it is funding. And then anything that stops you from spending so much money is great, isn't it? And I'll show you how to do that. So after getting funding, if you're getting, then you apply for a study visa. Now, this is a very tough one because a lot of people don't know what to do when it comes to apply for study visa. Then you arrive in Canada, you get your study permit, you graduate, and then you apply for permanent residence. So this is a snapshot of the study in Canada route, how you go from choosing a school, applying, getting funding, applying for study visa, arriving in Canada to study and getting your study permit, graduating and applying for permanent residence. It is a snapshot And the program that I'm offering you shows you step by step how you can do all these things without the hassle of IELTS, yes, without the hassle of any agent taking money from you and you not having to spend extra and then you doing it all by yourself from the ease of your bedroom. How do you get admission and study visa? You search for a designated learning institute, like I've told you before. Then you choose a program that aligns with your work experience or previous education. There are lots of people who contact me and say, hey, I want to come to Canada to do nursing. I want to come to do public policy. And then they have no experience in these things, or they have their education is completely different. You have to choose a program that aligns with either your work experience or your previous education. For example, if you studied biology, and for the past 5 years, you've been working in marketing, then you might not want to go for biology. You might want to go study something that is related to marketing or business. Yeah. This is one thing people don't know. So they just apply for a program that is not aligned and then they get refused study visa and they don't know why. If you wanted to do a master's or a PhD and you were looking for funding, you will have to contact potential supervisors. A lot of people don't know how to do this. They get so worn out when they try to contact potential supervisors. Not all of them will say yes to you. And some the reason they might not be saying yes to you is because you don't know what to write. And I'm going to show you what to put in your emails that will make them run after you with funding. When I got my funding to come to study at Brock, I actually got funding from 2 schools. So I actually had to choose. Some people don't get even one, and I got two because I researched and I knew what to say in my emails to them. When they responded back to me and we had the Skype interview, I knew how to talk to them. I knew what to present to them to make them want to fund my studies. Then you go ahead after getting a potential supervisor if you were looking for funding, and then you apply to a school. Now, application to a school is not just about your transcript. It's not just about your grades. There are other things that they consider. They also look at your statement of purpose. Yeah. I'm going to show you how to write a killer statement of purpose because you need that. You need them to read your statement of purpose and say to themselves, oh my goodness, we must have this person in our program. We must have this person come to our school. And I'm going to show you how to do that. And after writing your killer statement of purpose, you apply to IRCC for a study visa. Like I said before, this is where so many people lose it. This is where so many people's dreams get crushed. This is where so many people run to agents who don't know what they are doing. Now, you need to know certain tips and strategies that work. Trust me, applying to study visa in Canada is different from the UK, is different from the US. They are looking for certain things. Those visa officers actually have the experience of processing Nigerian applications. They know all the little tricks and tips that Nigerians use. So you need to be in their mind. You need to know what they are looking for. You need to present your application in an order, that will blow their mind. And I'm going to show you how to do that in this training. After you come to Canada to study, your spouse and your children can join you. The spouse will get a spousal open work permit, which means they can work anywhere in Canada full time, and your children get to study in Canada for free. Or if they are not up to school age, then they get to stay home with you or they go to a daycare. This is a snapshot of how to get admission and study visa in Canada. It's not as difficult as some people make it out to be. It's not as difficult as those agents tell you. It's actually very, very easy. It's just strategic, being determined, and being intentional. And this is what this training is going to show you how to do. So why do so many people struggle with this and still have their study visas denied several times? Like I said before, it's a lack of proper guidance. Some people just go into it with both feet without knowing what they're doing. Some people are just, they have a purpose for coming to Canada. They don't get guidance. They don't want to pay for training. They just want to do it by themselves. True, if you don't have proper guidance, you actually might get admission in the school. But when it comes to getting your visa, you might be denied. I've seen people who have been denied 4 times and then they came to me and asked for help and I checked their documents. I'm like, stop doing this. And once they stop doing the thing I said they should stop, they get approved. I've seen people who have applied and got their visas the first time because they did all these little things. They applied all these little strategies that I teach. So I'm going to show you a little bit of our Canada study trends for Nigerians. So the Canada study permit applications for Nigerians has seen like a marked increase. This is in 2019, rising from 11,983 in 2018 to 18,220 in 2019. So that's like a 52% increase for Nigerians that are showing interest in studying in Canada. So of course, you know that there's an increase. The visa officers are getting more applications. They are seeing, more applications. So yours has to be really good if they are going to consider you, because they have a quota for each country. But then look at this that I've highlighted in yellow. There's a 5.4% decline in study permit approval rates for Nigerian nationals, which is actually lower than the Canadian average. So the lowest in Canadian average is 6.4%, but for Nigerians is 5.4, which means that there's a lot of denials of study permit. And then it remains lower than a lot of countries. Yeah. So, there's, even though there's a rise or an increase in the number of Nigerians that are applying for study visas, there's actually an increase in the refusals of their, study permits. And this is another graph that shows how applications for study permits, the blue line has increased over the years, but you can see the approval line in red there. The approval is so low. Like in 2019, Nigerian nationals under 20 years of age had a Canadian study permit approval rate of 44%, which is still low. Students aged 20 to 25 were approved only 14%. And then for Nigerian applicants that are over 25, the approval rates were even lower. It was 6%. And the reason that it is so low for applicants who are over 25 is because a lot of them are applying to programs that don't suit them. A lot of them don't know how to actually justify their study when they write their statements of purpose or letters to the visa officers. A lot of people don't even write a letter to the visa officer. Don't forget that for Canada applications, you don't actually appear for an interview. So they're only just going to look at your documents, and they're going to be thinking, why is this? Why is that? The letter you write to the visa officers is to answer all those questions that they have in their head. So you answer the questions even before they ask them. I'm going to show you how to do that in this program. So what do you need to win if you want to come to Canada to study and transition from study to a permanent residence? You need the right formula, and you need the right guidance. If you actually go into this without the right formula and the right guidance, I am so sorry to say that you are going to fail. Yeah. So how can I help? I'm going to give you guidance from someone who has been through the same process that you are trying to go through. So if you follow my guidance, you, probably your family, could be chilling in Canada by this time next year. I'm going to provide a simple and clear step-by-step model that you can follow. Yeah, and you can be on your way to become a Canadian permanent resident with so many benefits. Remember all the benefits I talked about a while ago? You will get all those benefits and more. You do not need any agents. Trust me, you can do everything by yourself. Please don't be lazy. If you're coming to Canada to study, you're coming to do research. Studying here is different from studying, in Nigeria, in any other country. So you have to be able to do the work yourself. You're just preparing yourself for where you're coming to meet here as a student. And then you get to invest literally peanuts to get your hands on this information. I'm giving you a lot of information, step by step, clear in videos and PDFs. And you just have to invest peanuts. And then you can imagine when you're over here in Canada, you can actually help your family members and friends to come to Canada. As a permanent resident, you can invite your parents, you can sponsor your parents to become permanent residents as well. And then if your family members are applying for permanent residence, they actually get an extra mark because you are here, okay? So let me ask you a question. Do you want to relocate to Canada within the next 9 to 12 months? Did you say yes? Okay. What if you could get a blueprint, clear video guides, and PDF templates that shows you step by step how to achieve your dream of relocating to Canada in the most affordable way possible? Would you want to get your hands on such a blueprint? Would you want to get your hands on those clear video guides and PDFs? If you said yes, then you're obviously in the right place to get your hands on this blueprint and then to be on your way to Canada within the next 9 to 12 months. So the big opportunity that I'm talking about is the no hassle Niger to Canada JAPA system. It will drag you all the way from Nigeria on the left there, that's the Nigerian flag, on the way to Canada. And then you'll be able to identify with both Nigeria and Canada. So what is this no hassle Niger to Canada system, JAPA system? It's a comprehensive step-by-step blueprint made up of videos, PDFs, and professionally written templates to get admission to Canadian universities and colleges from start to finish without using agents. It works for you whether you're coming to study on the undergraduate level, on the postgraduate level, or for PhD. This no hassle Nigeria to Canada Japa system saves you wasting hours on the internet or YouTube looking for videos and going down what I call the rabbit hole. You're just going to be digging and digging and digging and wasting time. The no hassle Nigeria to Canada system gives you a list of DLIs in Canada. Those are the universities and colleges in Canada, and shows you how to bypass the IELTS. It shows you how to get funding and scholarship and how you can transition from permanent residence after you have finished your study. The no hassle Nigeria to Canada Japa system gives you access to me. You get my advice, you get counsel. You're never, ever going to get stuck. You're never, ever going to get to a point where you don't know what to do and I'm not available. My contact details are there for you if you buy into this program and you get access to me. I'm not going to do it for you, but I'm going to give you guidance whenever you get stuck. And then beautifully, there's 100% money back guarantee. And we'll talk about that, a little bit about that later. So are you excited? No, you must be. Are you excited? Imagine how much you will save by learning to do this by yourself, rather than patronizing a clueless agent who will also use this same guide and charge you through the roof without any guarantees. I have agents who call me and ask me questions. I have agents who take hundreds of thousands from you, and then they are getting guidance from this same guidance that you are about to buy into. So just imagine how much you would save. Some agents charge as much as 500,000. Meanwhile, for you to come to study in Canada, you don't need to spend probably more than $500. Yeah. So I mean, this should get you excited. This should get you jumping on your seat right now because you're about to get your hands on something that even agents are trying to get their hands on. I'm going to tell you a little bit about somebody called Samuel Alatunji. Samuel is 43 years old and he has 2 children. He was unable to get the required TRS scores for express entry and his heart was broken. He had been duped by a fraudulent agent before and he was losing all hope of ever fulfilling his Canada dreams. But then he heard about the no hassle Nigeria to Canada system and then he bought in. He applied to a master's degree funding. He got his study visa. His family joined him 5 months later. His wife was working full time. His kids were in school. Samuel graduated. He got his post-graduation work permit. And within that time, he applied for the provincial nominee program through the AIPP. Because he was in the Atlantic region, he didn't need a high IELTS score. He didn't need proof of funds because he was already working in the province. And 9 months later, he became a permanent resident with all the benefits. Now, this is just about Samuel Atunji and how he went from being a Nigerian who was duped by an agent to becoming a student in Canada. And then 9 months after he finished his studies, he became a permanent resident with all the full benefits for himself and his family. This is his testimonial. And this could be yours too if you take action. If you don't wait any more seconds thinking about it, just take action. Those who get results are those who take action. Okay? So I want you to imagine something. Just close your eyes and imagine that after listening to this, you decided to take a leap of faith. You grab this no hassle Nigeria to Canada system. You might not even understand what it really means, but you take a step of faith, you grab it. You read the PDFs, you watch the videos, you follow the instructions. You apply to probably 3 schools. Yeah. You use the templates that are provided, the email templates, the SOP templates, you apply. And then you wake up one day and you have acceptance and funding email from 2 of those universities that you have applied to. You jump up, you're so happy. You send in your visa application. You don't try to just use your own opinion or your own strategies. You use the strategies that are provided in the no hassle Nigeria to Canada JAPA system, and you wait patiently. And then one day, you wake up to an email that says your visa is approved. Can you imagine the joy that you will feel? Can you imagine the joy your family will feel? Can you imagine yourself packing up your things, selling up all you need to sell because you're actually leaving Nigeria to Canada? Can you imagine the joy your parents will feel? Can you imagine the relief that will be in your heart? This is what the No Hassle Nigeria to Canada Japan system is offering to you. That you stop feeling hopeless and helpless and actually begin to take your dreams in your hands and take action. So how much do you need to have to come to Canada or to come study in Canada? You need to have money to do your application. It's about $100 to $150. This is Canadian dollars, by the way, not US dollars. Tuition without funding is usually between $5,000 to $30,000 per year, depending on the program that you're actually going for. Yeah. So depending on the program that you're going for, you have to pay tuition of between $5,000 to $30,000 per year. Now, living expenses, you need to have that, depend whether you're going for, you have funding or not, accept me, your funding covers it, it's $10,000 per year for the prospective student. And if we're going with any extra person, maybe your spouse or your children, it's $4,000 for every extra person. This application is $150 for you. And of course, if you're applying with any other person, you have to pay $150 for them as well. You need to do medicals before you come to Canada. It's about $50,000, 50,000 naira as of now at any of the hospitals that the embassy approves. Airfare, depending on the airline, I guess it's from 250,000. I am not sure about that, but it depends on the airline. And then you have to have miscellaneous, approximately like 100,000. So this is a snapshot of what you need to come to Canada to study. If you got funding, then you do not need to pay tuition. If your funding is full funding and it covers living expenses, then it's going to cover that living expense for you per year. But then you might need to show money if you are coming with any of your children or any of your family members. You need to show that you can support them financially, because the government of Canada wants to be sure that you're not going to come here and become a financial nuisance to them. Okay, so this is a question I get very often, and I've answered it right here. This is how much you're going to need. Of course, it now depends on what your special circumstances are. So what will you get again from this No Hassle Nigeria to Canada Japan system? You get a comprehensive step-by-step blueprint that anyone can follow. It's valued at 50,000 naira. The video lessons are valued at 50,000 naira. You get a sample template, which is the letters that you need to write, statements of purpose, emails, applications, all professionally written. That's 25,000 value. And you get access to me for advice. You're never getting stuck. That is a value of 50,000 naira. And then you get a bonus of, I'm going to give you a bonus that shows you how to get your first job in Canada and how to get accommodation in Canada. The value of all that is 175,000 naira. But you're not going to be paying anything close to this. You're not even going to be paying 20% of this, because I want to help as many people as possible. Because I know how people really want to migrate, but they don't know what to do. Because I'm very aware of those who have been duped by agents. Some people are not even agents, but once they see the desperation in someone, they take money from them. So because of all this, I'm going to be giving you this at literally like the price of peanuts, yeah? That's why there's a package that it's a gift. I'm going to be giving you at the price of a gift, and I'm going to show you the price in just a bit, okay? So where do you go from here? You either do nothing, yeah, or you try to go it on your own. You go to YouTube, you search how to study in Canada, and then you get from one video to the next from different people telling you different things, taking you down a rabbit hole, wasting time, wasting precious resources that you could have just used to use the No Hassle Nigeria and then go from there. Or you use an agent. Don't forget that I talked about Sammy. He was duped of 1.5 million. Don't use an agent that will dupe you. Or you want to go and use any other product out there, they are probably not as effective. I've heard there are other products out there I know, but the difference between them and the No Hassle is that you have access to me. Mine is a step-by-step guide and it's based on personal experience. Yeah. Or then you get all the help and support tools that you need. So these are the 4 ways you can go. Do nothing, go it alone, use an agent, or get all the help and support you need to do it yourself. And this is what I would recommend for you. Get all the help, support, and tools you need, and so you can do it yourself. You avoid the nightmare that others, have gone through. I've told you about people being duped. I'm sure you know someone who has been duped by an agent. I'm sure you know someone who has tried to go to the US and been denied. I'm sure you know someone who has tried to come to Canada and was denied. Or they don't even know where to start. They don't even know if they qualify. You don't need to crack your head over all this. The No Hassle Nigeria to Canada system tells you everything, takes you by the hand, and shows you how to go about this. So, like I said before, this is all you will get. The total value is 175,000 naira. But no, 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 I'm not taking anything close to that. You're only going to have access to this amazingly, beautifully put together, comprehensive program. For today, you would have to part with only 25,000 naira. Trust me, if you want to come to Canada and you cannot spend 25,000 naira to get the help, the support, and the tools that you need, then Canada is probably not for you. And I'm not saying it with any kind of malice. It is the truth that I can't believe that there's someone who actually wants to come to Canada and is not willing to spend 25,000, which is just the price of, I don't know, going for an evening meal to be able to come to Canada. I mean, it would be sad if that was the case. You're going to get a lot of bonuses, how to get a job and accommodation in Canada. There's a PDF in the program that shows you how to do that. You're going to get copies of my own admission letters, the emails I sent to professors that made them get back to me and sponsor or fund my studies. You're going to get templates, you're going to get visa letters. And you're going to get all these ones that I used. The ones I used are in the training. The ones that others have used are also in the training. So you just tweak them to suit you. I know a couple of people who have actually used my letters verbatim. There's someone here in Brock that's studying at Brock University. She used my admission letters, my emails, almost verbatim. She just changed it to suit her own program, and she got funding of almost $30,000. She's here studying in Canada at Brock University as well. Now, you also get my direct contact information when you purchase. And the reason for this is so that if you get stuck or you need some kind of counseling or you need someone to just point you in the right direction, you have my contact and I am always available. My email contact is there, my WhatsApp, my phone contact, all are there. You get education in one of the best countries in the world. Trust me, Canada is the best place to study right now in the world. You get to raise your children if you have them in one of the safest countries, and you also get paid by the government to do that. Don't forget the government pays you every month if you have a child that's below 18 years old. You get comprehensive health care, covers dental, covers eye care, covers chiropractor, covers everything. And you have the ability to invite your family members to visit. If you're here as a student, you can actually invite your parents or your siblings just to visit, okay? You're actually going to sponsor them to visit and you're going to make sure that they return back after their visit, okay? So these are the bonuses you're getting. These bonuses are even much more than the 175,000 value that we talked about previously. So you're getting all that and you're getting the bonuses as well. Is there a guarantee? I talked about the guarantee before. Yes, there's a 365 days better than 100% guarantee. So if you show that you followed the guide step by step and you are unable to relocate to Canada in 9 to 12 months after you started processing this, I will refund your money and personally provide guidance with your next application for free. Yeah. So this is my guarantee. If you follow this step by step, you're actually qualified. You don't get to come to Canada, then you can cash in on this guarantee. So what are people saying about the No Hassle Nigeria to Canada system? If you go down to the sales page, you're going to see the testimonial of these people. This is Tolu, this is Seyi, this is Leah, and a couple of others where they talked about the value that they got from the No Hassle Nigeria to Canada system. Leah is currently in her second year in the university here in Canada, in Ontario here, and she got 2 years funding. Tolu is in her first year in Canada, did her master's program. This is Seyi, of course, who has already graduated and is a permanent resident in Canada. The real reason why people don't take action is because of fear. Some people just procrastinate a lot. Some people are scared. Now, people that keep on complaining, but they don't do anything about the things that they are complaining about are actually, I don't know, they're ineffective people. If you're complaining about something and then you see the solution, but you don't take the solution, then you don't have the right to complain. The truth is, if you cannot invest to at least try to get a better life for yourself and your family, like I said before, then Canada is probably not the best place for you. Okay. If you cannot overcome your fear and then at least try. Now, let's fast forward to a year from now, because whether you do anything or whether you don't do anything, 1 year is going to go back. What's the worst case scenario? I mean, 1 year from now, if you take no action, of course, you will remain where you are. I'm not saying that's a bad option. It's great because not everybody will come to Canada, but that's the worst case scenario. It's not so bad. But what's the best case scenario? You would actually be in Canada. Yeah. Going through winter, summer, spring, and fall with us. Yeah. And also enjoying like all the benefits that you get to get, not just as a student, but also as a permanent resident when you're done with your studies. So consider the worst case scenario and then the best case scenario. Sometimes I tell people to close your eyes and imagine it. What is the worst if you don't take action? And what is the best case scenario if you do take action? And then go ahead and choose what you think is best for yourself and your family. Now, there are certain questions that I get from people. I have a frequently asked questions video below. It's in the sales page that answers most of these questions, but I'm just going to try and touch on it a bit. Will this actually work for you? Yes, it will. If you want it to work for you, it will. It works for others. It worked for me. It will work for you. How soon can I be in Canada? Within 9 to 12 months. Yeah. Depending on when you start, you can be in Canada in 9 to 12 months. How much will you need to come to Canada? I've already answered this in, one of the slides above. How is this different from other products in the market? It's different because it works. It's different because the creator of the program is very available, very helpful. It's different because it provides a step-by-step guide and it actually works no matter what age you are. Yeah, that provision, I provide that guide. I'm accessible. I don't hide from people who buy my products. When they ask me questions, I don't run away. I answer questions as honestly as I can, and then I have a guarantee. Okay, there's a guarantee. If you buy this product and it doesn't work for you, then you have that guarantee. Someone says, I graduated 10 years ago, I'm in my 40s. What if I don't want to study? If you're in your 40s and you want to come to Canada, studying might just be the only way for you, because if you wanted to go through the express entry, you might be just too old to get the right marks. If you wanted to go to PNP, it's the same thing. So you might just want to come to study. Why would you not want to study? You get Canadian education, you get Canadian work experience. You're at the top of the pile. What program do I go for and how do I prepare my application and visa document? I answer all this in the training. You go for a program that is in line with your previous education or your previous studies, and then how you prepare your application and visa documents. I've shown you step by step how to do that. Can I be able to travel with my family? Yes, your family can travel with you. Your family can also join you after you have settled down in Canada. You can send them your study permit and then they apply, they can join you. Will I have to write the IELTS exams? No. If you schooled in Nigeria, in West Africa, or in any English-speaking country, I've shown you in the training the letter you need to get from a university, how you need to prove to the university you're applying to that you came from an English-speaking country and you don't need the IELTS to come to Canada to study. Will you do the process for me? No, I will not do the process for you, but I will show you how you can do this process by yourself as effectively as possible to be able to get both your study, both your application, your admission, as well as your study visa. Does this training cover study visa processing? Yes, it shows you how to apply for your study visa and how to get it approved. So like we said before, what do you get? I've already told you before, so I'm just going to leave this on for a couple of seconds. This is all you get: step-by-step guide, the video lessons, templates, access to me, plus all the other amazing bonuses that I have actually mentioned before. So this is an extremely limited offer. This program and the training is actually worth much more than what you're getting it for. And nobody knows. I might just wake up one day and decide to change the price just for the value to suit what people are actually paying for it. So if nothing changes, nothing changes. Yeah. So if nothing changes, like if you don't do anything and nothing changes, then nothing will change. I mean, that's just natural, isn't it? Now, if not this, what? If you're not going to go with this, you're not going with the no hassle Nigeria to Canada Japan system, then what are you going to do? Go to YouTube, meet an agent, do nothing. Yeah. Then what? If not now, when? This is the time for you to strike. This is the time for you to take action. Don't forget, if nothing changes, nothing changes. I want you to think about that. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Okay. So don't miss on this opportunity. Grab the step-by-step Canada relocation guide today. The policies in Canada are changing every day, immigration policies, and they might change in a way that doesn't favor you. Nobody knows what the express entry will be like when it comes back. Canada has heaps and heaps of application to process because of the COVID backlog. And then there's this, the number of cases of COVID increasing in the province. People stay at home, they don't work on immigration documents at those times. So nobody knows what the new face of immigration will look like in 2022. So you better make hay while the sun shines. This guide will save you from feeling helpless, from wasting time, from wasting money, trying to relocate to Canada because you have very little hope, because you don't know where to start, because you don't even know what to do. What do I do first? What do I do next? What do I do after? I show you all that. This is what you do first. This is what you do next. All those things are in the No Hassle Niger to Canada Japan system. Get it now while it's still available at this introductory price. There's no need to hammer on it. This is an opportunity that you must not miss. If you want to come to study in Canada, no matter your age, no matter your age and grade, then you need to jump on this now. Don't forget the 3 reasons you need to grab this offer today. Like I said before, the Canadian government keeps changing their immigration policies. Things keep getting harder in Nigeria or in any country where you are. And this introductory price goes away very, very, very soon. Yeah. So, like I said before, once again, this is all you're getting. This is No Hassle Niger to Canada Japan system. These are the things you're getting. The total value is 175,000 naira plus more, plus all the other bonuses I talked about, plus the guarantee, and you're getting it for only 25,000 naira today. Thank you for listening to me up until this point. I hope you actually got value for what you have gotten. Don't forget, like I said, this is all you're getting. It's so much value. There's a series of videos, a step-by-step. My contact details are there. You have access to me, and then you have the guarantee. Just click the button below to get started on your Canada journey, and then I will see you in Canada. Take care of yourself and enjoy the rest of your day. Okay? Bye.